series. That's the word I was looking for. So we are back for day 2 with our 321 series. Hope you all are doing well. Once again, I'm on Instagram as well as Facebook in our How She Did That community, on my page, on YouTube. I'm everywhere, y'all. As you're coming in, say hey, let me know how you're doing. So if you are new to this series, which most of you probably are because I just started yesterday, I am going live every single day this week, Monday through Friday. This is titled the 321 series because we're talking about a specific thing in your business that you should be thinking about, whether you are an experienced business owner or a seasoned business owner, as I like to call it, whether you're in the messy middle or whether you are a new virtual support pro. So no matter where you are, kind of this concept I'm going to share with you how this concept, each one of the days that we're talking about it, can support you. So yesterday we talked, what did we do yesterday? Oh, services, your services, and what you should be thinking in terms of your service offerings, your packages, that sort of thing. Yes. So if you didn't watch that yesterday, go back, watch that video sometime, in the next week or so that you can kind of get caught up. If you are new to me, my mic is hitting my necklace, Kara said. Thank you, Kara, for letting me know. I will not let it hit my necklace anymore. I appreciate you. So if you are new to me and my channels, hey there, I'm Tasha Booth. I'm the founder of a full service launch support agency working with established coaches and course creators. I also coach agency owners as well as have 2 certification programs for launch managers and one for launch specialists as well, launch tech specialists. And I have a brand new program that I'm super excited about. It is called Work Week. So Work Week is specifically for those of you who are new or newer support pros. I'm going to be telling you more about why this is so important as we get into your systems and how you utilize systems in your business. So you can check out Work Week over there at tashabooth.com/WERQ week. Here we go. So if you have any questions along the way, if you're watching on either YouTube or what's the other one? Facebook, leave your comments there. If you have any questions along the way on Instagram, leave your comments there. I will make sure that I answer them for you. Yesterday, we started with the 3s. Today, we're going to start with the 1s in terms of it, right? So 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3 as you think about it in terms of systems. So when I think about systems in their most simplistic form, the thing that I'm thinking about, and this goes for all kind of levels as we're thinking about systems. If we're thinking about like the most simplistic way, it is how a system for how people hear about you, a system for how people learn about you, right? So the hear about you is like, oh yeah, I heard about Tasha. I think she does like some VA stuff, right? The learn about you is specific what you do and how you can support them. So learn and connect. And then a system for hiring and onboarding, and then a system for how you serve and support your client, right? So we want to think in terms of having at least one system, one way of doing things for each one of those. Now, sometimes this means that you are using multiple platforms for that system, that process to work fully. And sometimes you're just using one, right? It depends on kind of the need and what you're doing and all those things. So when I'm thinking about a level 1, you are just setting up the bare bones. The reason that I believe that there needs to be systems and you need to be using platforms for even this part of your business is because you don't have time to reinvent the wheel. You don't have time to waste, right? You have other things that you're doing. You're learning a lot because you're just starting your business out. You are just starting to serve and support clients. So you're setting up a lot of those things and kind of like figuring that part out. And so for you not to have a place, for example, for people to learn more about what you do, i.e. a website, which is why I fully believe that you need even a one-page website when you first get started. For you not to even have those sorts of things, you're going to spend a lot of your time on the front end reinventing the wheel, reiterating and restating the same things, saying the same things over and over to people instead of being able to give them a spot, right, for them to be able to learn more about you. And then when it comes to, for example, your contracts and stuff like that, I know that I started off with like literal PDFs, y'all, PDF contracts. I feel like I'm back in the Stone Age. But once I realized that there are platforms that do this for me, like Dubsado, for example, right, which I absolutely love, then it allowed me to work hard once. I love that phrasing, and I say that often. It allowed me to work hard once, set up the program platform system, and then continue utilizing that, right? And just having to tweak it client to client instead of, like I said, constantly reinventing the wheel. So your goal is, when you are just starting out, when you are level 1, your goal is to create the most immediate needed systems to treat your business like a business and to be able to serve and support your clients with excellence. And I think if we think about it on both sides, both how does it serve and support you as a new business owner, and how does it serve and support you supporting your clients, then it's a win-win, right? This is one of the reasons why the first 3 things that we talk about, we talk about alignment within work week, and how to align, create a business that you love instead of a business that you want to burn down, right? So that's the first thing that we go over. And then we dive into your systems. We get that out of the way pretty quickly because I want you to start utilizing them as your clients come in. So if you are new or newer VA, I want to work with you during work week. So this is a 4-week program that starts on May 8th, and it's specifically for new or newer virtual assistants. Head on over to tashabooth.com/work week, WERQ week, for more information. Okay. Let's talk about level 2. So level 2, you have your bare bones systems down, right? You got the basics down. And now it's time to really tweak and refine and make sure that you have a really great customer journey, first of all, that there's no places where your clients are kind of getting lost. And also that you're starting to automate the process, right? So this is where personalization starts to come in and starts to get really fun. I talked a lot about this on one of my recent masterclasses, Discovery Calls That Deliver, in terms of really thinking in terms of like, how can you infuse your personality into it, right? How can you infuse more communication, more of getting in front of those client questions that they may have? And this is a place where we're able to do this. Now, when you were at level 1 and kind of just trying to get it all together, that is okay for now. Now it's time to go back and dig a little deeper and now think in terms of, okay, how can I up the ante? How can I show my clients from the very beginning, from the first time they see anything about me, all the way to when I'm offboarding them, that, that I am the person for the job, right? And how can they feel really supported? And that is through communication, it's through the automation process. All of those things are happening, right? So one of the things I want you to take note of right now as we're talking about these things is the fact that, like, if you do this whole work hard once concept, you're refining instead of having to build completely from scratch. I think sometimes we like decide on a system, right? And we don't really think about, like, how is this going to grow with me? What is the longevity in this? So I want you to start thinking about that, not just with systems, but also like even your service packages, right? Clearly, you're not going to know everything when you're first starting, like where you want everything headed. But if you set it up, and in terms of thinking a little bit more long term on the front end, it's going to be so much easier for you as you go. Okay. If you're just joining us, we are talking all about systems today in our 321 series. So 321 series is all about one concept a day, and I'm breaking it down into level 3, which is you are an established, a seasoned business owner. Level 2, you're in that messy middle. Level 1, you are a newer virtual support pro or online business owner. Okay, so let's move on to, one of the things I wanted to tell you about for my level 2s. If you are helping your clients at all with launches in any capacity, I have a masterclass coming up. It's next Thursday, April 27th at 12 p.m. Eastern. And it's all about how to become an indispensable member of your client's launch support team. I would love, love, love to have you there. You can check that out at tashabooth.com/launch masterclass. Go there now, make sure you sign up, because it's going to be pretty rock solid. Or not just pretty rock solid. I do amazing master classes, y'all. I'm just going to brag on myself a little bit because my master classes are pretty incredible. The reason that they're incredible is because everything is always actionable, right? I'm going to give you steps that you can go and implement right then that day. Also, in this masterclass, we're talking about both the soft and the hard skills. I think sometimes we talk a little bit about either or, and I want to bridge the gap on both, right? Here's what you need in terms of hard knowing knowledge kind of skills and techniques. And here's what you need in how you present yourself to your client and how you support them. Okay. So moving on, that was level 2. Finally, we get to level 3 on here. Level 3, and you'll hear me kind of reiterate this throughout the week. Level 3 is about documentation in preparation for handing this off to somebody else. So I believe that you can be a solopreneur forever if you choose to be, right? But solopreneurship doesn't mean that you don't have any kind of help. I think that people think like, well, if I'm a solopreneur, like I can't have a team member help me with anything. No, like that is not how we expand. That is not how we make more money without also compromising how much time we're working. So we have to be more careful about our time, which means that even if you don't want an agency, which why wouldn't you want an agency? I love all things agencies. We all know this, right? But even if you don't want an agency, even if you want to be the person who is still doing most of the implementation work for your clients, there are still tons of things that you can hand off to a team member or 2 team members that you no longer have to be doing. Bookkeeping, for example, is one of those things that you can hand off, right? Onboarding clients, offboarding clients, social media, right? All of those things are systems that as you've gone through level 1 and now through level 2, you have developed a way of doing them. And now it's time for you to start documenting those things with the intention of handing them off to in service of really thinking in terms of what are you great at? What is your zone of genius? What is your zone of excellence, right? And what is your zone of competence? And if they're not in one of those 3 zones where like you feel like, oh yeah, I'm really great at this, then it's probably something that somebody else can be doing, right? I like to stay in actually 2 of those zones. So zone of genius and zone of excellence. I like to stay in both of those. And I try to delegate anything else out that is not in one of those 2 zones because it's not the thing that is going to support me the most in my time or making more money or any of those things, right? My support and service to others, any of those things, it's not going to help me in that as much. Okay. So what we're thinking in terms of that, if you're a solopreneur, is what are the things that aren't the core of how I support my client on a day-to-day basis that I can offboard to a team member. If you're thinking about starting an agency, then first of all, definitely check out the agency ThriveMind. So tashabooth.com/ThriveMind, ThriveMind. If you're thinking about starting, growing, or scaling your agency. So ThriveMind is for you, even if you already have an agency. But if you're thinking about an agency, then what you're documenting is the process, the day-to-day processes for how you are working with your clients. Now, when I say that to people, especially when I say that to new ThriveMind members, I immediately see their face change, right? They get overwhelmed and they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a lot of work. Like, I don't know if I can do this. Here's how we do this in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. We start with Loom videos, right? It doesn't have to be hard. We start by anytime we go into doing the process for our client on a daily basis or weekly, however you work with your clients, you just click on Loom, which is a video recording, like a screen and video recording software, right? That you can use as a Chrome extension. You click on it and then you record it, and then you create a title that you're going to like, that makes sense, that has some keywords in it, and then you just put it in a folder, right? Or I like to use Asana, so I put it in Asana as like the title is the task and then a link to the actual Loom video. And then once you have an operations assistant or somebody else, they're the person who actually creates the written SOP, not you. Isn't that genius? I kind of love that, right? We're thinking in terms of we want to work hard once, and we don't have to do it all of ourselves all the time, right? We have to get out of that mindset. Even if you intend on staying a solopreneur, we need to get out of that mindset of, as a solopreneur, I have to do it all of myself. Definitely, once you start building an agency, getting out of that mindset of I have to do it all myself is going to be so beneficial to you. Okay. So once again, if you are a level 1, head on over to tashabooth.com/work week, WERQ WEEK. If you are in that messy middle, my friends, then my launch masterclass is for you. tashabooth.com/launch-masterclass. And then if you're in that level 3 and you're thinking about starting, growing, or scaling your own profitable and sustainable agency, tashabooth.com/thrive mind for the win. I hope this was helpful. I'll be back tomorrow. The reason I'm not announcing these, like pre-announcing these, is because literally it's when I have time. So I was outside and just chilling like a villain, enjoying this beautiful 79-degree weather outside. And then I, took my little rest break in the middle of the day, and I was like, now I can talk to them. Now I can enjoy this conversation. So I hope this was helpful to you. I will see you tomorrow. If you're watching the replay later and you think of anything or it sparks any ideas or you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Make sure you tag me if you're on Facebook, or you can tag me on Instagram too, I guess. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.